unpopular opinion I have about brand engagement is really about how we're letting AI and the different models and agents and whatever else that we can now create at a touch of a finger to ultimately shape our brand. I believe that's taking the human element away from the brand. It's happening more and more, and the more people we meet, we're like, oh, we'll just use AI and take care of it, or we'll just create an engagement program from there. And it's really missing something, because why do people want to interact ultimately? Yes, they may interact once and you might make a quick dollar, but it doesn't create like long-term stickiness. And I think that's like a misnomer becoming more and more prevalent in today. I think it's brand first. So when we launched this product, it was all about the brand. So what we didn't really want to do is get into a situation where we're taking a customer through a journey about the brand, then redirect them to a third-party application or have to go download something. It was all about reducing the friction and making it very simple for the customer. That would be my number one principle that we will not ever change in this company. We're living in this world of social media, and everybody feels like I just need a bunch of influencers and it'll promote my product and I'll go viral and that's it. While awareness is important, brand integrity is actually the core, because at the end of the day, if 50 people buy a brand or 50,000 people buy a brand and the integrity and the quality of the product isn't necessarily there, they're not going to buy it again. They're not going to refer it, they're not going to tell their friends. And that organic element is what I feel like a lot of people are missing, trying to just figure out how to monetize versus how to create quality and the glue or the stickiness, which is really the customer experience. I had to unlearn kind of the idea of putting something on paper to actually doing it. As a consultant, we spend a lot of time with our clients helping them kind of look at the strategy and figuring out how do they roll this thing out. As an entrepreneur, I don't have that luxury. So my objective has really been shifting away from this like very risk-driven strategy of worrying about what mitigations I need to have to taking the risk and actually just going into it. And ultimately, that's helped me become more creative, because it lets me explore without actually having to worry about the impact. So in a world of like a million tools, how do you actually stay unique? I think the key here is really about the value that's coming from it. So I feel like there's, now especially with AI, everybody's just creating tools. What we are trying to do, especially with Batch, has been around how do we solve real-world industry problems that actually help the brand solve something inside out versus building and then trying to see if it fits. And I think the ones who are building and then trying to go out there and getting customers versus actually trying to solve real industry problems are the ones that don't survive. The part of brand engagement that shouldn't be automated by AI. So I believe it really needs to be about the true concept of what the actual product is. While AI can be used to guide and shape and help you as like a roadmap, it should never be the tool of what the actual product is, because at the end of the day, that's what's core. It creates a differentiation against you and every other brand or product out there. It's that piece of it that AI can't take. It's the human element, and that's the part that's really important. So we identify the DNA of our brands that we try to work with, especially the ones who have the power to scale. It all starts with the founder. When we meet the founder and we start to listen to their vision and we realize that they're not in it necessarily just to make money, but they're in it to create change. Those are the ones we know have the long-term success factor and the ones we want to invest in and actually put a lot of effort in. That's really been the key differentiation. It starts off with the founder and really where they're trying to take this brand. So if I could redesign one legacy brand engagement component, it would be trying to change the retail mindset. Retailers have somewhat kind of declined. More and more stores and department stores are closing down. And a lot of that is because direct-to-consumer has taken off. But there's still that element of, the tactile feel, like customers still want to try the clothes on and then be able to return it, but connect with the brand. And because retailers have been in this mindset of, we don't want to share the data, it's our customer, we've found that the ones that are actually willing to open up and share that information with the brand, the higher the engagement factor is. walk into a store, interact with that garment and create a real experience, and help the brand, help the retailer shape that. So I like to balance creativity and precision by using data as more of a roadmap and allowing me to take me on the journey, looking at where and how customers are engaging and buying and resharing and claiming, but using that information to then feed what does the customer actually really want. And that's really how I separate data and creativity, really using it as a guide and then letting kind of your mindset come up with multiple ways to just enhance the overall experience. We want clothing, shoes, bottle of wine to kind of become an experience. We don't want a customer just to scan and walk away. We want a customer to get immersed in what the wine is, the vintage, where did it come from, engage with the whole partner community and what other people are doing with this thing. We really want to make it experiential, and I think that's the next wave over the next few years that we're hoping the products will start to evolve to faster.